Let's be real. If you've ever tried to code, you've hit this exact problem. You've got a bunch of things, and you need to keep them all together. Well, today, we're diving deep into Python's brilliant answer, the list. And trust me, it's a way more than just a simple container. It's one of the most powerful tools you'll ever use. I mean, think about it for a sec. You've got high scores in a game, maybe a shopping list, or a roster of students. You need one place to hold them all, right? A single spot that's easy to deal with. And that, right there, is the perfect job for a Python list. And Python's answer is the list. For this explainer, I want you to think of it as a magic toolbox. Why magic? Well, for one, it's ordered, so it keeps all your tools exactly where you put them. And it's changeable, which means you can add new tools, take old ones out, and organize everything on the fly. So, what's the actual blueprint for this toolbox? What are the core rules that make it one of the most used things in all of Python? Let's break down its key features. Okay, check this out. First, lists are mutable. All that means is that you can change them, add stuff, remove stuff, whatever you need. They're also ordered, so item number 1 will always be item number 1. You grab things using their index, their position. Just remember, Python starts counting from 0. Oh, and you can have duplicates, so having the same item in there 5 times is totally fine. And maybe the coolest part, it can store anything. Numbers, words, you can even have lists inside of other lists. It's this mix that makes them so incredibly useful. All right, that's enough theory. How do we actually build one of these magical toolboxes? Turns out there are a few ways to get it done, and we're going to walk through the 3 most common methods right now. The simplest, most direct way is just using square brackets. You literally just list out your items inside, separate them with commas, and you're done. It's clean, super readable, and honestly, it's the method you're going to see 99% of the time. So take a look at these 2 examples here. The first list, A, is pretty straightforward. It's just got 3 strings in it. But now, look at list C. This is where the magic really shows. We've got a whole number, a word, a decimal number, and a true-false value, all living together in the same list. That just shows you how flexible these things are. Now, another really powerful way to make a list is by using the built-in list function. This thing is a lifesaver when you have something else, like a piece of text, and you need to turn it into a list. And this is a perfect example. We take the string GFG and just hand it over to the list function. What does Python do? It just marches right through that string and creates a new list, with each character getting its own spot. And notice how it keeps both G's? That's because lists don't care about duplicates at all. Now for a really neat shortcut. What if you need a list that's just the same item over and over and over again? Well, instead of typing it all out, you can use a little math trick with the multiplication symbol. So in this line of code, we're basically telling Python, hey, give me a list with the number 0. And do that 7 times. And just like that, you get a list with 7 zeros. This is a super efficient way to set up a list of a certain size with the starting value. Okay, so we know how to build the toolbox. Now it's time for the fun part, learning how to actually use the tools inside. How do we grab a specific item we need, or maybe swap one out for a better one? This is where indexing becomes your best friend. Just remember, Python's a little quirky. It starts counting from 0, so A0 always gets you the very first item. You can even use negative numbers. A-1 is a handy trick to always grab the very last item. And since lists are mutable, changing an item is as easy as pointing to its spot and giving it a new value, like we're doing here with A1 equals 25. Think of this table as your ultimate cheat sheet for messing with lists. Need to add a single item to the very end? Append is your go-to. Need to stick something in at a very specific spot? Insert has your back. And when you need to get rid of something, you've got options. You can remove it by its name with remove, or by its position with pop or del. These methods give you total control over what's in your toolbox. All right, you ready to level up? Because this next technique, list comprehension, is one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, one of the coolest ways to create lists. It's a true power tool for your collection. Just look at this thing. Instead of writing a whole multi-line for loop, we can do it all in one clean, elegant line. This single line of code is looping through the numbers 1 to 5, squaring each one, and then gathering up all the results into a brand new list. It's fast, efficient, and just beautiful to read. It might look a little complicated at first, but it really just breaks down into 3 simple parts. First, you have the operation. That's what you want to do to each item. Second, you have the loop. That tells Python which items to work on.
And third, you have the container, the square brackets that scoop up all the results and put them into a new list.
So let's pull back the curtain for a second. What's actually happening under the hood when you create a list? The answer might surprise you, and, understanding this little secret is key to really mastering how Python works with data. Okay, here's the big secret. A Python list isn't actually a box that's full of your stuff. It's more like a directory. Each slot in the list doesn't hold the item itself, but instead holds a reference, basically an address, that points to where the real item is stored in your computer's memory. And that's why lists are so fast and why they can hold all kinds of different data. The list doesn't care what the thing is, it only cares about where to find it.
All right, let's do a super quick recap of everything. We've learned that Python lists are basically your magic toolbox. They're changeable, they keep everything in order, and they are just unbelievably versatile. We saw how to create them, how to get the items inside, and how to use that awesome power tool, list comprehensions, to build them like a pro. The thing is, the list is a fundamental building block in Python. I mean, from the simplest little scripts to the most complex data science projects, you will find lists absolutely everywhere. So the real question isn't just, what is a list? The real question is, now that you have this incredible tool, what amazing things are you going to build with it?